Hello again.
Hi.
Good evening. First and foremost, thank you all for showing up here on the next episode of the Castle Family Vlog. For those of you that are new, this is my beautiful wife, Rebecca. My name is Ricky, and as you can tell, the weather is finally here,
It's weather season.
and it is actually quite cold today. I think it's
Yes,
like 51 degrees outside. The weekend has been
It's so
perfect.
weather.
And it's only going to get colder from here, and we're actually quite excited. We actually did a little pumpkin carving over the weekend. It was fun.
Pumpkin carving.
What did I say? Pumpkin carving?
Carving.
It's late.
It was a combination of carving and painting, so I think you got across.
Thank you. It's late. This is the latest we've ever done one. Our vlogs. And on today's, seriously, I'll just pause for dramatic effect.
It's my audition for tonight's episode. It's Haunted Mansion. It has to make an appearance. It's spooky season, and it's so weather season.
As you can tell, we're delirious. We are tired and exhausted. But on today's episode, we're going to talk about transportation. Now, I'm going to say this out front. I'm going to say this flat out. There is no free way of getting from MCO to Walt Disney World. Yes or no?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. For those of you that know, for those of you that are originals,
They've been around for a while, going to Disney World.
comment down below your favorite memories of the Disney Magical Express. Okay, so we'll start there. There is no real cheap way of getting to your hotel from the airport. There are different options, and whatever works for your family is best for you. We're going to give this to you from our perspective of
Family
of four. Parents with 2 young children. Children. Okay, the first way that we're going to talk about is rideshare.
Yeah.
Uber and Lyft. It's pretty much what everyone likes to do these days. It's just very convenient.
It is.
And it's just, you open the app, boom, order your ride, request your ride. And they do now have places that are specified in the airport where you go for ride sharing pickup. From the research that we did on the internet, the average price is approximate. This is from the MCO Airport website. It's approximately $46.
Yes.
Now, it didn't say what kind of Uber you were ordering. So we're assuming that's like Uber X, which is I think the baseline or the baseline Lyft. Now, if you want to go higher, like
XL
Uber Tesla,
or
XL,
Black.
or Black, now you're looking at more dollar bills. So
Definitely.
more dollar bill. Yeah, technically, more moolah, more dollar bills.
Yeah.
Take it as you wish with the ride sharing. The next one up is going to be the shuttle bus.
Yes.
This is where the now retired
Magical Express.
Disney Magical Express would have been here for a lot of families, especially because it was complimentary. You're staying at a Walt Disney World resort. About a month prior, you'd get that envelope with your Disney luggage tags on it. You put those luggage tags on your check-in luggage.
Oh, and it was legitimately magical.
It was magical.
You checked your bags in at the airport, and the next time you saw your bags was in your resort hotel room. So it is true.
Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
His little tail. Anyway, sorry. It was magical. You checked in your bags at the airport from your hometown, and you did not see your bags until you got to your hotel room at checking in, and they were there waiting for you. Unfortunately, 2020 happened, COVID, global pandemic,
A contract dispute, I think, where it might have
and
expired with Mears and Disney.
that was the end of that. And they moved on to a new version of a shuttle, but it's no longer free.
No, it is now between Sunshine and Mears Connect. It's called Mears Connect, driven by Sunshine.
Sunshine Flyer.
For the purpose of this vlog and this episode, we're just gonna call it Mears Connect.
Okay.
That's it. They have, and now the Mears company pretty much has a lot of different other options besides the two that we're going to specifically talk about. If you want to just rent a regular taxi, they have a taxi stand there as well. If you want to reserve your own, and I do believe you did this a long time ago,
moons ago,
in 2010, and it wasn't even to Disney World.
It was to Universal.
It was to Universal, and we were staying at a Holiday Inn on Universal Boulevard, I believe. International Drive. That's where it was at.
It didn't make any sense
So,
in my head.
and it was like your own or was it with other people?
I want to say we did private, but getting up there in my ages, so 2010 was a while ago. So forgive me if that is inaccurate information, but let's go with I was in a private cab.
Okay, so they have regular taxi cabs, yellow cabs. You could also do kind of like a livery cab where it's just for you. And then they offer these options as well for families. So they offer what's called the standard Mears Connect, which is kind of like what the Disney Magical Express was, where you're paying per person. Okay, so I believe for the adults it is, and they offer one way or they offer round trip. So who would want to do? I mean, if you want to do one way, do one way. The research I did was based on doing a round trip. So for an adult, it's $33 round trip. And for children between the ages of 3 to 9 is $27. Under 3 is free. Pretty much just like Disney.
Yeah, so they don't pay for minutes for the park.
But they do preface it by saying it makes multiple stops and it could be a moderate wait. Because you may be one of the lucky ones where Walt Disney World Resort is one of the first ones that it goes to, or unfortunately, it could be the last one that they go to.
This is the closest option to what the Magical Express used to be. I'm gonna say for those of you who have taken it in the past, you guys know what I'm talking about. Magical Express, like I said, this is the closest option to it. It's a big coach bus. You get on, your luggage is loaded at the bottom, and you're transported to your resort. And you make multiple stops along the way because you're stopping at other people's resorts. You have to give that wait time once you park at those resorts for them to unload their luggage and themselves off the bus. And then everybody gets back on and moves on to the next resort. But it's not a horrible experience. It was comfortable. It was convenient. You just have to pay for it now.
She says that based on the fact that when we did Magical Express, it was for her 30th birthday. And we did not have children.
Yes, it was a very different experience.
So I can imagine if you're on your last licks, your kids are tired, maybe you forgot to go to the bathroom at the airport before you get on that Mears Connect. So it's a lot of different options. The next option, if you're willing to spend some money, is called the Express. Now it's based on a family of 4, so it's $250, and that's $250 for 4. It's nonstop, and there's no wait. It's you and your family. Boom, your resort. That's it. Now,
point A to point B.
Now, if you are a party of 5 or more, now it drops it to about $55 per person. So do the math there. If you're a pretty large party, that might work out better for you if you wanted to.
Yeah, it might be beneficial for those larger groups because it is less expensive per person. With us spending a little extra on resorts and stuff like we discussed prior.
Yeah.
With our previous episodes, how my husband knows how I like to travel when we're at Disney. If you haven't seen that episode, go back, check us out. We'll link it down below so you guys can take a look at it.
Then the next option, which we tend to prefer for our family, is renting a car.
Yeah.
There are 10 rental car companies that are located on MCO property that are like I can literally walk there in my sleep.
Yes.
That's how that's how many times we've rented a car. That's how often we rent a car, and that's how loyal we are to the car company that we use. Again, it's based on your budget, your preference, and what you like. From day one, we have been a Hertz car rental company.
That is
Don't
right.
ask me why. Don't ask me how. It's just for me. I guess because maybe my dad or I think your dad too. They're always Hertz family. I mean, I don't know. And then with the credit card perks that we have based on our very, very premium American Express Delta card that we have been upgraded to President Circle, which is the highest level reward member that you can be for the Hertz.
Now, Hertz offers it's called the Gold Members Program, and it's free to sign up.
For anyone.
Anybody can sign up for this. If you decide to go with Hertz, I highly recommend you making an account from day one. All you got to do is sign up with an email address, and you're good to go. And we've made it to that higher level because of how many
Rentals.
Thank you. How many rentals we've done with Hertz at this point. We started off at the basic level, and we've slowly moved up. And it has its perks, because even as a basic gold member, when you rent your vehicle, you come off the airplane, you're already receiving a text message from Hertz stating, such and such, your vehicle is ready. It is going to be located at
spot so and so.
Spot so and so. So, for us being with children on our next trip, or just one child prior, it was great. We grabbed our bags. There was no stopping at the counter. There was no talking to anybody. Straight to our aisle, straight to our spot, loaded the car up, and we were conveniently able to go. I will say this, if you choose the option of renting a car seat or a booster seat from Hertz, you will have to make that stop at the counter, because obviously you have to get the car seat from them. But we tend to bring our own because through the airlines.
We did at first. I would say for 2 or 3 trips, one Disney trip, we rented the booster seat at that point from Hertz. But I didn't really like it. We didn't really like it. No. We didn't really feel comfortable with Danny in it. So from that point on, we kind of just bit the bullet.
Yes.
And we started traveling with our own car seats.
That's correct.
So for the backpack dads, you know who you are, like me. We are that person in the airport with everyone's bags, all the carry-ons, as mommy has the children with the stroller. She's got the important job, the stroller too. Actually, no, that's me too.
Well, I'm usually carrying Danny with my backpack and personal, the diaper bag, while you carry the heavy stuff.
I have my backpack, the carry-ons, the stroller in the stroller gate check-in bag, and the car seat also in the gate check-in bag. Although, on the last trip, did we we got such information that ruined me for life. And for those of you that don't know, the car seat is considered some type of special equipment where it doesn't count towards the check-in bags, and you can check it right in,
right at the front,
right at the check-in with your check-in luggage, and it doesn't count towards his stuff.
Yeah. Now, if you guys want to see a different video on tips and tricks traveling with kids that we've learned over the past couple years, comment down below. Let us know if that's something you'd be interested in us making and seeing. because we've learned a few things. It hasn't been that many years compared to some seasoned parents out there. But for those parents who are out there who have young kids like us, write it down in the comments. Tell me what you think. We can do a whole tips and tricks and suggestions of traveling with kids, traveling to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And so on and
Waking
so
up
forth.
at 3 in the morning. Waking up at 4 in the morning.
But yes, Hertz that we went off at a tangent. The Hertz Gold member rewards club. It is free to sign up. It has the perk that you just go straight to your car, and then eventually we've moved up and to the presidential circle. That's what it's called.
President Circle.
The president circle, and the perk with that is now we can literally pick any vehicle.
Any
out
vehicle
there.
from one specific lane with no upcharge, no anything.
Correct.
Pretty much whatever's there, we can get. We'll say, we've been renting for a long time, since 2013.
Correct.
So we're going on 11 years. Obviously, it follows our streak going to Disney since 2013. Only one bad experience. And I wouldn't even say it was that bad. It was more Danny's first trip ever to Disney. Because we took the late flight.
Yeah. I think that was more of us than...
I think it was a combination of things.
Yeah, okay.
We took
the late night.
You know what? We're gonna save this for we're gonna save this for a video.
Yes.
We're
getting
gonna-
off on a
yeah,
tangent.
we're
Anyway,
getting off on a
there are
tangent.
10 rental car services that you can go to MCO to rent a vehicle to drive yourself to Disney. Now.
And we are not paid by Hertz. Hertz
no.
did not pay us anything. Hertz, if you're out there, if you want to do something, let's talk. Be more than happy to do it. But for right now, Hertz did not contact either one of us and say, hey, say good things about us. We just have good things to say because we love renting from Hertz. We don't have bad things to say. We have maybe customer service things to say. But it was just one time. Like we said, it could be a possibly combination of things. And yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Your next option, again, all of these are what you feel comfortable doing. Mm-hmm. There are private car companies that you can have pick you up and drop you off. Okay? There are a lot of them out there. These are just two that we have come across either on social media or from the YouTube pages that we follow and watch.
That's correct.
Okay, the first one that we are going to talk about is called Orlando Magical Rides, or OMR for short. Okay, they are a private car company that was started during the pandemic by 2 furloughed cast members who saw a need to help their fellow cast members get to and from the park. And then as the world opened back up, they started expanding their business to include picking up guests from the airport and taking them to their Disney resorts. Now that they're not limited to just going to Disney World, let's go to Universal. They go to other communities in the greater Orlando area. Okay, but that is one of the two. And the next one is called MCO to Disney.
Yes, that's the one I found through a fellow YouTuber that I've been following for quite some time now. And
yeah.
I've seen videos of it, and it seems pretty seamless. So
yeah, I've seen reviews and photos and comments for Orlando Magical Rides, and they seem like they're on it. So it's very nice. And so we have some pricing for them. OMR would be one for us. Again, we're basing this rate on us. We are a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 ragamuffins. Okay. All right. So for us, it would be $125 one way in an SUV. That's for 1 to 6 people. Okay. In that $125 though, we get 1 car seat, one booster seat included. More than that is at an additional $10, which is
Nothing.
not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, then they also offer a 20-minute grocery stop, which is clutch. For those of you that have seen our other videos and know about ways to save money or what to do when you're at a DVC, you know what to do. We'll link that video down in the description as well.
That's right.
Okay, so 20-minute grocery stop, and they go to a specific one. I believe they go to a Publix.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. Okay, you want to tell them MCO to Disney? That's a good one. Go ahead.
MCO to Disney. To Disney.
There you go.
And vice versa. One way is $100.
Yes.
So one way is $100, and yes, it is cheaper. They offer about similar services, 1 to 4 people, and like I said, this is all based off of your preferences. We're just putting some knowledge out there for you guys to gather, and this is also still being based off of a family of 4 to see what's most convenient. Now with MCO to Disney, going to Disney, they offer a round trip version, and it is $190, so you save $10 if you book the round trip in advance. And like I said, from what we've seen online and videos and social media and reviews, both services seem very similar. They have their own unique touches to things, but I haven't found any negative reviews.
No, I haven't either.
So
and as we're talking, Hurricane Milton just passed, and I was seeing OMR on Facebook just going above and beyond, helping everyone. MCO to Disney was the same way. They were very diligent, and this is on a Facebook page. This is not just like if you have a reservation. Their communication is so open and fast from what I can gather. And we've talked about it. We're like, maybe.
yeah.
Who knows?
Each of these options has their perks and setbacks to them. If you take the shuttle bus, it's a great option because you can just, in my opinion, you can lay back and you're sitting on the coach bus, sitting with your kids, someone else is doing the driving for you, and it's the cheaper option of getting around being chauffeured. Uber, I've used it in the past when we lived in the city, and it wasn't bad. I don't know if I would use it in Orlando. We used Lyft a couple times when we were on Disney property to get to and from dinner reservations or to Disney Springs.
That was just you and I, though.
But that was just...
And I think that's our main concern with Uber and Lyft, because we have the young kids and we're going to be in a regular car. How does it work with car seats and booster seats? It's so for us that's probably out of the question.
Which automatically means that a basic car is not going to be the cheapest option for us. We would have to upgrade to a larger vehicle.
And one that has at least one car seat.
So then move on to cab. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. And I know my concern is car seats, convenience, other people driving and stuff. And MCO to Disney and OMR have flat out, we know that they offer car seats.
And we've seen pictures of the car seats. They're good brands of car seats. Yeah.
Other people with children use them on a consistent basis, and they give them rave reviews, which is a relief off my shoulders. But like we previously said, for us, we are a car rental person, which we have more reasons behind it, which leads us to our next half of this video, is getting around on Disney property once you are there.
Yeah, once. So now those are your options of getting to your resort from MCO. So if you find other ways to get there, great. More power to you. I'm happy. Let us know down below if we missed another way of getting to Disney.
Yeah,
please. By all means, we are not set in our ways. Don't gatekeep information. We are not that kind of people. So if you did, great. But now, how do you get around once you're on Disney property? Well, there are a few ways to get around on Disney property. The main way that everyone knows, the buses.
The buses.
The Disney buses.
Every single resort has bus options to
anywhere you need to go.
Yeah, to Disney Springs, to the different theme parks,
water parks,
and some resorts. Next option is via boat. Now, this is all dependent on proximity to resorts, areas, and theme parks to determine which resort has boat transportation to what park, and if it's located close to Disney Springs, if that's an option. Then the following is the newest, and that would be the Skyliners. Skyliners are pretty much this big, what do they refer to? Gondolas? No, gondolas is a boat. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The big things.
I don't know what she's trying to say right now.
The Skyliner.
I know what the Skyliner is.
Of the box that you're sitting in. It can't just be called a Skyliner, is it? No.
Okay, I don't know. Tram? I don't know. Well, the tram is that thing from the Roosevelt Island.
Roosevelt tram.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
Anyway, don't judge me. If your resort has a Skyliner access, that's the option you're using to get to your resorts. But like we've said, we are car rental people.
Yeah, she even missed another big one, which I will say in 1 minute. And what's that one that you missed?
The monorail.
The monorail. How could you forget the monorail?
So silly.
Honestly. So the monorail, but as you know, the monorail is pretty much for the Magic Kingdom resort hotels. So if you're staying at one of those, which includes Grand Floridian, Polynesian, Contemporary, Bay Lake Tower, which is at Contemporary, is it just those three? It's just those three. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You have access.
Night.
You have access to the monorail, okay? And if you take the monorail to the TTC, the Ticket and Transportation Center, for those of you that don't know, then you can catch the monorail to Epcot. Now, one thing she also forgot to mention is I just realized that it's very late and I'm screaming and the kids are asleep, and I definitely don't want to wake them up.
Drop down and
octave. Is that if you are staying at a Skyliner resort?
Oh yes.
Let's say, for example, you're at the Riviera, and you have to take the Skyliner to either Epcot or Hollywood Studios. There is no bus service from the Riviera to those two theme parks. You have to take the Skyliner. So
for those of you who are like me that
doesn't like heights and things moving in the sky.
I'm not going to say that. Just the idea of the Skyliner makes me a bit nervous. I have never even taken the Roosevelt tram ever.
So you've never been to Roosevelt Island?
I take the subway. I took
that
the subway.
One time the tram got stuck for hours on end.
It hanging over the river. It's not for me. So I've heard positive reviews from people about the Skyliner. But please keep that in mind. If you are like me and not a fan of dangling in the sky, if you are staying at a resort that has Skyliner access to those theme parks, that is literally your only option unless you intend on Ubering. Yeah. Now, there's one little caveat to Uber that we have yet to mention, is that when you're on Disney property, Disney has partnered with Lyft, and they offer a minivan.
Not the soccer dad or soccer mom kind of minivan. It's a big SUV.
Decorated as Minnie Mouse. It's really, really, really cute. It is a quaint and cute idea for a family trip, but you are looking to spend at least 4 times the price of a regular.
Let's put it this way. If you are staying club level, you are given the option to be picked up by a minivan at a rate of $199.
Yes, it is expensive.
One way.
Yes.
Okay? I'll say it again. $199, one way to be picked up from the airport to take you to your resort, staying club level, 199.
No, yeah. Remember
So
what we just said. One of those MCO
46,
to Disney offers
40
round
something.
trip
Yeah.
for 190.
Yeah.
So keep that pricing in your head. It is a quaint idea. It's really cute. I'm gonna say, like, if we were out celebrating for maybe one of the kids' birthdays, or we have a daughter future,
Hold
and
on. If we didn't do it for our anniversary, why are we going to do it for one of the kids?
no,
Hold on.
no.
What? That's not fair to us.
I
We
think
had the option to do it and we didn't
if
do
it's
it.
a really cute, I understand
I'm
why you
putting
would
my
do
foot
it,
down.
but it is expensive. But like we have said multiple times already, we are car rental people, and there are many a perks to driving yourself around.
Here's the reason why. Okay? Number one, I am not at the mercy of a long line to wait for the monorail or for the bus. Keep in mind,
Yes.
you take the bus, the stroller must be folded, which means you probably have to empty out everything that's in the stroller, all the souvenirs you purchase, all the clothing you have, all the bags that you have being hung from the stroller,
And all your sleeping children.
and all of your sleeping children must be removed from the stroller, which means I now go from being airport carry everything dad to theme park carrying dad.
And if there's one stress that at the end of the night, after you've walked 10,000 steps at one of these parks, and now you're waiting online, and the kids are exhausted and they've passed out in the stroller, and you don't want to wake them up because you're just as exhausted and you don't want to hear the screaming. So you're waiting till the bus shows up, but now you have the pressure of everybody is piling onto this bus, and I have to unload everything off of this stroller, and then
my anxiety's going up
throw
to
the
just describing it right
children
now.
on your shoulder, and then manage while holding said children to collapse said stroller and carry yourselves, drag yourselves onto the bus, and then hope there's a seat. Because if everybody else has gotten on and you're on a long line, you are standing with said sleeping children on your shoulders, with the stroller possibly dangling between your legs. And if you are not a seasoned New Yorker who has been on MTA buses or trains,
or the subway,
you have to figure out how to hang on while maintaining your child and clutching your items between your legs possibly, or your feet on the floor. We are car rental people.
Listen, again, if that is your only option, I get it. It
Yes.
is your only option. We are
Sorry to cut you
Go
off,
ahead.
but there are ways that I've seen other people do it. And sorry. There are ways I've seen other people do it, and tips that they've offered that we could also possibly recommend if you guys are interested in our tips with traveling with kids idea, and we could talk about that. But if you have to, you have to. It's totally understandable.
That's one reason why we use a car. Second reason, 90% of the time, our wife, she's not yours, sorry, my wife.
Oh my goodness.
My wife,
I thought so.
our friend, Rebecca,
We're friends.
Bacall.
We're married.
Bacall,
Oh jeez, I haven't heard that in forever.
okay, she
What was that?
she books out. I said she books in my head, but she books in my head didn't come out.
Okay, so
She books our vacations, our hotels, which tend to be Disney Vacation Club resorts. And if you didn't know, you should have, because that means you didn't watch our last video about DVC versus club level.
Take a look down in the below. We'll link it below.
Unbelievable. You get standard parking complimentary, courtesy of staying at a Disney Vacation Club Resort hotel.
Yes.
You just have to pay the difference to get preferred parking.
Correct.
Which is only $25 or $30 instead of paying the full $50 to $60 that it can possibly be.
Yes. Now, standard parking, like you said, is completely free. So, once again, if you're on a budget option and you already splurged because now you're renting a car, to not be inconvenienced with possibly being on a crowded bus with sleeping kids and such.
Sorry, I wanted a candy, but there was nothing I liked.
Well, if you're gonna interrupt, it is my beautiful Hocus Pocus spooky season piece for tonight. But she's there. She's full of candy. Back to what I was saying. Standard parking's free, so it is the budget-friendly option when you've already spent the money and spent the extra cash on renting a car. But once again, we have our reasonings. We will pay the preferred price. It is at a cheaper rate because most of the time, like he said, we are staying DVC and renting points from somebody. We always use David's Vacation Rentals. We'll link them down below. And anybody who's ever done it before, or if you haven't, when you do preferred parking, you are in one of the first rows that is at the entrance of the theme park. Now it's the end of the night. Let's say you are on this once-in-a-lifetime trip and you are going to be there from open to close.
Exhausted.
Long day. You are dragging your body after doing 10,000 plus steps. You have your children with you. You have all your souvenirs. You have the bags you brought into the park, the strollers. Now, you don't have to slub and schlub your body across 20 to 30 rows of cars to get to your car.
You don't need to get on a tram, fold the stroller yet again.
And have them drive you area. Now you're in the first couple of rows. I'm going to say it's probably the first 10 rows if the park is packed.
Well, if you get there pretty much at opening, you'll probably get in the first 2 or 3.
Yeah,
we've actually been lucky. We've been like maybe 4 or 5 parking spots. This is at Magic Kingdom. We've been 4 or 5 parking spots from the family of the day.
Yes.
And we've gotten there and the car's full, which means I don't like that family because that means that they stayed at the Cinderella Royal Suite at the castle. Punks. One day. We need a daughter.
Yeah.
They won't look at us with 2 sons. We need a daughter.
We'll talk about this later. But so let's wrap it up. There are many multitude of options to get yourself from MCO to Disney property, and then there are a multitude of options to get you around Disney property. They all have their perks. But if you are going to be guided by us who have been doing this for several years and have done it as 2 adults and now are doing it as parents with 2 children, we would recommend renting a car. Now,
As a family.
I
think when it was just the 2 of us, we said,
I'll
whatever.
get on the bus. That was
I'll get on the bus. Just 2 people.
Yeah.
Get on the bus. We'll get on the monorail.
And even if we drove to the parks, because we still used to rent a car sometimes back then, because back then we were young and full of energy, so we would do Universal also. We used to do standard parking.
Yeah.
And we would just walk through the night. But now that we have kids, it's just, if you're a parent, you know, they, especially when they're younger, they come with their whole luggage of stuff. And then you have your stuff. And it's just a lot.
Nothing screams Disney than a bubble wand full of bubbles hitting you in the face
on your
at
way.
11 o'clock at night.
With the lights just blaring.
The lights and then the foam and the bubbles just...
Yeah.
And then, you know, well...
It's great.
You gotta get them, the key is you gotta get everything in the car first. Then, you get the biggest in the car first, because they're the quickest to fall back to sleep. Then, get the spouse in the car. To be in the car if the youngest wakes up. Shake, 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 shake. All of this with the car on. Okay? Car has to be on. Quick getaway. Because the rocking. Then the last one to fall asleep is supposed to be your co-pilot. Who's not co-piloting. She's passing out too.
I've been doing better these years, okay?
But anyway, that is our video on transportation. We hope you've learned something, as what we always try to do in these videos is to give out knowledge and bits of information. And we hope you like the way that we've reorganized our wall. We We've added a little bit of
I'm
where is she?
represented.
There she is. Belle. I've moved my 2 Hot Wheels, my Donald Duck Hot Wheels. And yeah.
Oh, and what?
One more. Hey, cheers. As we look at each other like we've never looked at each other in the eyes before. That's a wrap on this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for staying around this long. If you have, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and give us a thumbs up, ring that bell.
And
Please.
we're also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, all at the Castle Family Vlog. We are trying our best to do fun, cute things on TikTok. Well, I should say my wife is.
I'm trying.
And I'm just the talking mouthpiece, essentially. So
He
that's all I'm
does
really here for.
great.
All I got to say is go Yankees. Go Yankees. Giants. Killing me. You're killing me, Giants. Honestly.
Well, if you stuck around for this long, thank you so much. Share us with your family and friends. Maybe you know somebody who's going on vacation who needs some tips, or you are planning a vacation. I hope we were able to impart some knowledge on you. Take a look back at some of our other videos that we've put out, and that we have a good wealth of knowledge, and hopefully you like our perspective. It's different from others.
Again, we've done it as young adults. I'll say young adults. We've done it as an engaged couple, and we've even done it married before children. And now we've had the privilege and the honor of taking our firstborn many times, and can't wait to take our newest addition to the family.
I'm working on that one. The itch is real.
If you saw her TikTok,
go take a look at our socials. You'll
know which
understand
one
what
she's
I'm
talking
talking
about.
about.
And then by the time you see this, this is way out into the future.
Oh yeah.
We'll have many more TikToks out by then.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So,
All right, guys. It's a good night for us, but I hope you guys have a good day in general. And have a good night. Bye.
Bye.